Hi everyone, Miss Lila here. I hope that you guys are having a nice day. In this video, I show you how to propagate succulent plants from leaves and cuttings. So it's been about 4 weeks since I placed the leaves on top of the soil, and I'm finally seeing some root as well as baby plant growth, and they are so cute. So try to be patient, don't get discouraged. They might not grow roots or baby plants within 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes they take longer depending on where you live, depending on the humidity. But just sit back and be patient, and soon enough you'll get some cute baby plants and more plants. So here's the video. I hope that you guys find it helpful, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you're already growing succulents. I love growing them. They are so low maintenance, and they are so beautiful and fun to grow. So thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time. Happy gardening! So I actually cut off the top of this succulent plant here about 3.5 weeks ago, right in the middle there, and it looks like we have some new leaf buds growing from where I took the top off. So here is the cutting that I removed from this plant, and it has rooted already. So it's been about 3.5 weeks since I placed the cutting in the potting soil. Kept it moist, watered it as needed every time the soil felt dry to touch. And as you can see, it actually grew some leaf buds in the middle there. Here is another succulent that I took a cutting from the top, and as you can see, we've got 2 new sets of leaves branching out on the sides, and eventually you can propagate these as well. You can wait for them to grow a little bigger. This one here is hen and chicks. The mama plant right there in the middle will put out these baby plants around her, and you can simply take this off and plant them in another pot, like these ones here. These were actually from this mama plant right there that I planted over a month ago, and they have rooted, and this one actually even grew a baby one right there. So simply just cut off part of the top of the plant. So about 1/3 of the plant. You don't want to cut more than that. That way it doesn't kill the plant. So we have this cutting right here, and you can also remove these bottom leaves and propagate those. And before we place these on top of the potting soil, you are going to let these dry out for 2 to 3 days so it can scab over. If you plant your cutting directly into the soil without letting it scab over for a couple of days, as well as the leaves, they will absorb a lot of water and they can rot. When you remove some leaves off your succulent plants, make sure to get it as close to the stem. So you gently just twist it and they should pop right off. So this is a good cutting. So here's one that I just took off the plant, and you want to get as close to the stem so that way you have a nice end of the leaf there. And this one here has scabbed over for about 3 days now, and you can see the difference. It's a little dry in the middle there. So that's what you want. So let it dry for about 2 to 3 days. That way it does not absorb so much water that the leaves end up rotting. In about 3 to 5 weeks, your leaves might look like these. Some will grow only roots, some will grow only plants, and some will grow both. So just be patient. Not all of them will develop roots and or baby plants. So depending on the humidity, depending on the species of the plants and temperatures, results will vary. Once you see the roots emerge, you want to bury them because they can dry out. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Just bury that part up and keep the soil moist. Let's go ahead and plant this baby one here on this end. So I'm using a cactus potting mix. And make sure to keep the soil moist. When it's dry to touch, go ahead and give it a little bit of water. You want those roots to grow and you want them to establish. That way you get a healthy plant. Look at these 2 leaves. Got some baby plants and some roots. Here is a really neat one. I believe this is called Mother of Thousands, and it will grow tiny plantlets along the edge of the leaves. You can actually pick those off and plant them. I have a tray ready here with cactus potting mix, and it's about 1.5 inches deep. I don't have any drainage holes because I'm not going to be soaking the potting mix. I'm simply going to just mist the soil. You can use any containers or pots. And I've got some leaves that are ready that have dried for about 3 days now. When you place them on the soil, you're just going to simply put them on top. There's no need to bury the end of the leaves. Place your leaves and cuttings in a room where they receive indirect bright light. So it's been nearly 7 weeks since I started these leaves. Look at that growth, very nice. Here are the plantlets from the mother of thousands that I removed from the leaves. And here are some cuttings that I took from the mother plants. And you can put them directly in the soil because they're pretty much new plants when you're trying to root them. Just make sure to let the end dry over, as I mentioned earlier, for at least 3 days. Stay tuned as I will be doing some updates. Thanks for watching again.